All right. Okay. Hey, listen. You shout Joe. What I got for Christmas? Look at that. Oh man. Got a big old hook-nosed trout down there, one of them birders. Whoo, it looks just like one, doesn't it? And that monstrous buck there, just almost an elk, but I don't think it's quite an elk. Well, I like it too. I'll tell you what, the Lord's been good to me, and this Christmas, He has blessed us so much. I don't even know where to begin to say thank you, Jesus. But the biggest thing He given me is people like you. Without people, you have nothing. It takes you a while to realize that in life, but it's so true. All right. I'm on my way to Quinwood. You know, I have ADHD. I'm pretty sure I do. At least I think so. I get sidetracked a whole lot. But I want to go to Quinwood and I need some chocolate milk. I like them frosted mini wheats. That amount of milk. So, well, I tried up there, go across Devil's Backbone and head over to Quinwood. You're welcome to go along. I don't know if we'll be able to make it all the way in one showing. I may have to do one over, one back, maybe. That'd be a pretty good ride. Hey, the gate's open. Praise the Lord. Well, thank you. That's Uncle Doug's truck. Good deal. Well, Don's on the hill today. Good, good, good. All right, yeah, I'm going to put my seatbelt on and all that good stuff. Fix my mirror. Oh, yeah. See that gun brush hits your mirrors. And these things, you gotta have your seatbelt on. If you don't, it throttles your engine. Puts a governor on. Don't let you go so fast without your seatbelt. That's a CF motor. And remember, I've renamed this my Chinese Jeep, right? Jeep. All right, I don't think we got anything coming. Let us head down the road. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Jared, about took off in low gear. Jared keeps reminding me, shift it out low, Uncle Ronnie. you what, where my house is, I have a geographical location address, and I have a post office address, which is two totally different ones. Two totally different post offices. Yeah. Yeah, my place is in Legacy, but my mail's in Quinwood. Go get the mail, boys. It's not bad out here. Except for my left hand on this knob, I got me one of them steering wheel knobs. I like that. All right. Let's play the game. Guess how fast I'm going right now. 23. Yeah, you know, one of these here subsides and fly over in Quinwood just a little bit. Got 22 miles an hour. Of course, you go down on hard top, you can be here in about 2 minutes. But I don't want to go down on the hard top, you know? That ain't no fun. It's pretty. Yeah, a lot of beautiful scenery, but ain't nothing like you can see when you're right through the woods. You can see all kinds of stuff. You can see Sasquatch, I've heard. I haven't ever seen, and I ain't looking for it. Because I think it's a daggone booger man. Don't you? They only told me about it. They said the booger man will get you. That's bad. That's something bad. It ain't something you want to go look for, right? They do go. They go look for Bigfoot. They look for ghosts. I don't look for none of that. I'll tell you what I look for. I look for something good to happen. Yep. Something good's gonna happen, brother. Jesus is in town. You know how I know he's with me? Oh man, look at that right there. I bet you. Alright, I want to show you. This is a place. This is a drift mount. I'm about 95% sure. Look at this place here on the hillside. Now you can see when I swing around how the hill has been knocked down. And now look at that big rock right there. That is the top of where the entry was. The entry would have gone down in the dirt under that, right into the coal. If you look over to the right, you can see it over there. That is an old mine entry. But what they did was they covered them up with dirt and took off and left them. Just like that down there at Hominy Falls, at that miracle down there. Man, I tell you, that was a miracle. There was a pile of men come out of there. I've got to read you that story sometime. Get on up here. Looks like it's going to start snowing on me. they've been cut, they've been chopped by a giant brush hog on a stick. I'd love to have one of them. Really clean up some roads. This is good, but it's an old road. Look at that old high wall there on the right. That is a road high wall. That's not a strip high wall. The road made that high wall. They dug that out so it'd be flat going through there and won't have to go up over that hill. That's what they do most of the roads in West Virginia. That's why they cost so much to make it. Up the hill, down the hill, on up the back road. Tree laying over the hill back there had a posted sign on it. Somebody pushed the tree over. One of these tires so mud like crazy. Rocks, mud. What is it?
The tree I have now.
Oh, I don't think I could use it on the farm because we only have 8-foot ceiling at the 9-foot tree.
Yeah, that's true. I couldn't remember how tall the ceilings were.
We have one up there in the attic at the farm.
Okay. And I hate to do that. This one, of course, it's not. I mean, the tree itself is great, but the lights, it's only pretty because of those extra lights on it.
Yeah. I'd say so. I think it'd be a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, we can't. That one ain't working, so. Right. Well, I think it's good. All right. All right. I love you, honey. All right. Bye-bye. Bye. All right. Well, my honey's checking in. I'll tell you what, I got a great job for that girl. Cheryl Lynn is a classic job for me. Absolutely. We are getting close to the top of the mountain. Well, I'm looking around for some deer. I haven't seen any. Have you? No, I haven't seen a one. Oh, it's pretty down here. Yeah, it's pretty down here. Thank you all for leaving the gate open. We just traveling through, looking around. That's why they leave them open, because somebody might have to go through there. Now, I believe we are at Squat Dodge, USA. Now, Squat Dodge does not have a post office. No, it's your no. I'll tell you what Squat Dodge does have. Squat Dodge has beauty. Look at it. Oh my goodness. Squat Dodge gets its name from the old boys that lived up here who would dodge the revenuers that come to look for their moonshine still. They made moonshine up here back in the day. And so now we are going down into Quinwood. This is the Underville Road. Quinwood Underville Road. And we got a truck down here. Jared, I'm sorry, but I did come down a hill in low range. Got it high now. Now, I didn't actually live here. This is where we hung out. We lived just up the road a little bit. Little town up there where we lived is called Marfrance. Guy named after his daughter, named Marguerite, and one named Francis, and he just piled those names together and called it Marfrance. So we're gonna go to Marfrance, show you what it's like up there. Now right here is my church. It looks like you're in a building plan. This was the church where I was baptized at, right here. Quinwood First Baptist Church. Houston Booth was the pastor. Oh man, nice. They're building some new addition, some new classrooms back there. Awesome. All this was stores when I was growing up, all the way down through here. Stores. Ben Johnson had a department store there. Ben and Charlotte Johnson. Two of the finest people God put on our earth, helped me tremendously growing up, forgave me, encouraged me, and loved me. I was in his Ben's Sunday school class. He was my Sunday school teacher there at the church. He owned that store, and he also helped with the Boy Scouts. I was in the Boy Scouts. feet tall. up delivery. I knew all these people here. Went to school with all of them. They were all friends, friendly. Dennis lived there. Dennis lived there. McCurdy's lived right down here at the post office. There was an old man lived right there named Jimmy. He gave me some of the best honey I ever remembered. Right here's where the post office was on the right. That little shack right there was the post office. That little alley goes right out behind my house. We're about 3 houses down. There's one. The McGurdy's owned this one. They took care of the post office. Janice was the postmaster. I used to play down there in that holler. That's where we played. We didn't have a playground. We just went downhill and went down in the woods. We played in the creeks. Now this house right here with the brown house with the pillars is the house that we were living in when I lived up here. That little house right there. Now you can see how small the lot is. We did have a little bit of yard out back, and there's a pear tree which I think I see it still yet back there is huge. That's the one we planted. Anyway, some other people bought it, and they renovated it some more. Of course, it didn't look like that we lived in it. It's Everly bought it. Now there was houses every 150 feet all the way down through here, and all the houses are gone now. Except right down here is where the Hummons and the Vivenses lived, and the Epperleys that had the old folks home lived right in here. And that big place right there. And they lived down here. No, they lived down there. And I remember one year we had to come down there and help them. They were gone. And we went down, me and Teeny Biv this hill right here. I had to shovel these steps, mow this hill. I had to mow that. Dad and Mom was the janitors, and that was my job. So I got to mow that. And I mowed the preacher's house. His yard was much bigger, harder to mow than the church. The church is right there on the hill. You can see all that around through there with grass. The preacher's house is up the road there. It's kind of hard to. There it is. right down one of these roads anytime that goes straight to it, or emergency or something like that. Even when I had my heart attack, the ambulance come right up there. But back in that day, 10 years ago, the ambulance was in Quinwood, which is the town where we just came from. Sad to say, the nearest one I think now is White Sulphur, which is about an hour drive. So for an ambulance to get to us in Quinwood, I would have died. That's the time the ambulance had got to me. See, they were doing CPR, and that's what saved me. Because they were still doing CPR, the ambulance got there and continued the CPR. And see, without the ambulance being there, that wouldn't have been happening, so I would have died for sure. So friends, in these rural areas, we got to have some ambulance service, and I think that's something the government should provide. At least provide a grant that someone could start an ambulance service. You know? Hey, wake up out there! Oh man. Well, I had to switch over to my old Android. You know, I hate to throw off on my iPhone, but I think it's pretty tough. But it takes a beat, it keeps on ticking, but it does crazy stuff sometimes. And then sometimes they do crazy stuff on purpose because they want to sell you something. They want you to buy extra storage. So I just got my old Android phone now. I'm gonna have to clean up some of my old videos, pictures. I've got way too many. I don't know, 90 gig or 100 gig or something. I don't know. Bunch. That video take up a lot of space too. They're high definition. I don't know how this Android's gonna do though. It's the first time I tried it. We'll see, Ricky. shaft on it. It's a $300 shaft, I think. So, it's something else tore up. I land on the fact that not that I don't know how to operate the stuff. But the fact is that I do push it. I know that. I think it ought to run. It ought to run. If it runs, it ought to run. But then they break down. Then you got to get it fixed. Then that takes away a lot of your time that you have. But now, since I've joined the ranks of the salary people, I get my salary check from the government that I paid to them for all those years I spent in the workforce. And as a pastor, you may not realize this, but your pastor is considered self-employed by the government. So, what pretty appearance? As a self-employed person, the pastor is required to pay full Social Security percentage, which is 12%. So you have to pay 12% to the Social Security of your income. Most people, the employer pays 6 of that 12, and you pay 6. In the ministry, you pay all. But I will say this: the ministry does have tax benefits and things that we can claim that everybody else doesn't have. And that's a blessing too. Makes a big difference. Even though we're going to pay 12% Social Security, you did have an option to opt out. I'm one of my Social Security. I paid in it all those years. May as well keep going, pay it out. Pay it out. directly to our left. To Germany Holler, that way. But it's just over the ridge there. I could have been there, but it's cold. We'll go down there. I'll talk to the guy that owns it down there. I want to go down and look at the cemetery. We put a marker down there for Grandma. We believe she was buried there, Idabel, in 1917. And she raised 10 kids before she passed at the age of 44. She was she ran the camp, the logging camp, for the food for all the men, boarding house and all that. She was a cook, camp cook, and plus raised those kids down in there, of which my grandfather was, I think, the youngest. His name was Herbert George. I'm amazed we haven't seen any deer. It is dove season though. And the problem is, right around this road here, I'd have to turn on my OnX Hunter to see which county I'm in. Because up here in this area, Greenbrier County, Glenwood is in Greenbrier County. My camp is in Nicholas County. Of course, the line goes right through here, maybe close to where this road is. I don't know which county we would be hunting in. I know that you can kill a doe on private land in Nicholas County. One, permitted this year. So I try to help the grandchildren to kill some deer. I like to eat the deer. I help process it. But I let them do the killing. I wouldn't be against shooting a big monster buck. Don't get me wrong. But I do have one in there on the wall, and it's not gigantic. It's about 125, I think, maybe. It's like a 21-inch spread. It's got some pretty long tines on it. But it wasn't a record by any stretch of the imagination. You should see some of the deer they killed over here in Nicholas County. Oh my goodness. I would have never dreamt that something like that would have been growing right here. And I mean right there in Nettie. They killed the state record in Nettie. And I tell you, it looks like a museum piece or something. It doesn't look like what you would picture a deer to look like. It's so big. Yeah, we're coming down into the hollow here, Hominy Creek drainage. Hold on. big. They're half that size. Those tanks are so big you'd have to have like a truck with a little crane or something on it to lift one of those. But these, one man can handle it. If it's full, it's a little difficult, but it's possible. You can roll them and do that. So, yeah, now right here is Snow Hill. This is we're on Snow Hill Road here. That road that keeps going right there goes into Coggins Knob. I want to go back down this way. Come on, right now. Come on, Jeep. Cheap Jeep. Hey, that's it. It's a cheap Jeep. Cheap Jeep. Cheap Jeep. But then they're not gonna know. What's funny is if you did some closed captioning, and listen, I do not curse on there, so if it put some kind of a curse word on there, I didn't say it, you know, but I have seen them interpret what I have said the wrong way and put on the wrong word. But I'm trying to experiment here on this video. Extra long. Oh yeah. I got a cousin, he lives in Fenwick. He rides on his side. He rides in all the way over here. On Lampton's farm. Yeah. Cheap Jeep. I commend you, Cheap Jeep, for getting me equipment back. Thank you, Lord, for the Cheap Jeep. I don't know if Don's still here. He's probably got tomatoes, but if he ain't, I may have done like it. I do not see his trailer. Okay. We got a key. Last time I checked, we did. All right. Just hang on. I'll put you in low gear. And oops, there you go. Oh no, covered up my keys. I got the keys on this cowbell. You know, keys are a sad thing to lose. I lost my keys and my wallet both sides of the day. Well, I got some copies. My son-in-law had not walked his yet. bad, but sorry. My knees are stiffer than a pine board. But still got him. I'm really not power, it cuts power down. Governs it up. Out. And get up and out. Still recording? We are. Well, sorry about that. This, I think this Android is pretty tough phone. It's still recording. And it fell right off, but the cord stayed attached, so that held it from bouncing. Alright, let's get up and chill and see if I can keep from tearing anything else up. You tear stuff up a lot, that's just me. Here's the coal mines. There's a slick dump. A couple of them there, one there in the middle, and one right there. Like somebody been going up through that. Wasn't me. Oh yeah, it might have been. That was like last fall. My tractor up there down in there. Twice. There. loading apparatus is something that needs to be worked on, isn't it? Listen, thank y'all for joining us. Hope y'all shared now.